Have you ever walked into a room and felt like everyone was drawn to one person? Maybe you've wondered what it is about them. That spark, that connection they seem to make so effortlessly. It can feel like some people are just born with charisma, like it's this magical quality you either have or you don't. And maybe you've thought, that's not me. You've felt awkward in social situations, struggled to find the right words, worried about being boring or not making an impact. If you've ever felt that way, I want you to know you are absolutely not alone. So many of us feel this. We compare ourselves to others. We feel a little shy, a little uncertain. It's a really common human experience. But here's the truly amazing thing. Charisma isn't some fixed trait. It's not something you're just born with and can never change. Think of it more like a skill, like learning to play an instrument or learning to cook. It's something you can understand, something you can practice, something you can develop at any age. Yes, any age at all. Whether you're in your 20s, your 50s, your 70s, or beyond. The ability to connect with people, to draw them in, to make them feel good in your presence. That is absolutely learnable. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to explore some simple, powerful elements that make someone charismatic. Things you can start paying attention to right now. Things you can gently experiment with. It's not about becoming someone you're not. It's about bringing more of your authentic self forward, in ways that resonate with others, in ways that make connections feel easier and more meaningful. Let's start with something you might not immediately think of. Tonality. That's the sound of your voice. Not just the words you say, but how you say them. Think about it. Someone speaks in a flat, monotone voice, like they're reading a shopping list. How does that make you feel? A little bored? A little distant? Now imagine someone speaking with warmth, with variations in pitch, with energy. Their voice rises and falls naturally. They pause sometimes. They might speed up a little when they're excited. Slow down when they're making an important point. How does that feel? More engaging, right? More alive. Their voice holds your attention. It conveys emotion, interest, even excitement. Tonality is a powerful tool for charisma. It communicates your energy, your mood, your interest level. A warm tone makes people feel welcome. An energetic tone is infectious. A calm, steady tone can be reassuring. How can you work on this? It's simpler than you think. Start by just noticing your voice. Maybe record yourself talking sometimes, just for a few minutes, talking about your day, or reading a paragraph from a book. Listen back. Are you speaking in a monotone? Or is there variation? Are you speaking too fast, too slow, too quiet? You don't need to sound like a professional actor. Not at all. It's about finding your natural, expressive voice. Try exaggerating your pitch changes when you're alone, just to get a feel for it. Read a children's book aloud. Use different voices for the characters. This isn't about performance in conversation. It's practice, gentle exploration. The goal is to bring more natural expressiveness to your everyday speech, to let your voice reflect the real you, the real emotions you're feeling. A voice that is varied and warm is a voice people want to listen to. Comment 1 if you think this topic is worth discussing, or 0 if you think it's not that important. Okay, let's move to the next element. Enthusiasm. Now, this doesn't mean you have to be bouncing off the walls all the time. Not at all. Authentic enthusiasm. It's a genuine interest in something, or someone. When you're truly interested in what someone is saying, it shows. Your eyes might light up a little. You might lean in slightly. Your voice naturally becomes more animated. You ask more questions. You smile more readily. This isn't faking it. People can usually spot fake enthusiasm a mile away, and that feels disingenuous, the opposite of charismatic. Authentic enthusiasm comes from a place of curiosity, of genuine connection. Think about the people you find charismatic. They often seem genuinely present with you. They seem interested in you. That's a form of enthusiasm. Enthusiasm for the connection itself, for the moment. How do you cultivate this? It starts internally, with genuine curiosity. Try to find things interesting in every conversation, even small things. Ask questions, and listen, really listen. Not just waiting for your turn to speak, but listening to understand. When someone shares something with you, find the part that genuinely sparks your interest, and focus on that. Ask more about that. Your genuine interest will show, and that is incredibly engaging for the other person. It makes them feel valued, seen, heard. When you talk about something you are truly passionate about, Does your energy change? Does your voice change? Yes, it does. That's authentic enthusiasm. Allow yourself to show that. Don't hide your genuine interests, your genuine feelings. Enthusiasm, shared authentically, is magnetic. Are you with me? Type 2 in the comments to let me know you're still watching. Next up, storytelling. Humans are wired for stories. We connect through narratives. Think about your favorite movies, or books, or even just conversations with friends. What makes them memorable? Often it's the stories. Charismatic people are often good storytellers. They know how to paint a picture with words. They know how to take you on a little journey, even a very short one. A story doesn't have to be long and complicated. It can be a brief anecdote, a personal experience that illustrates a point. Why is storytelling charismatic? Because it makes things relatable. It adds emotion. It creates a shared experience. Instead of just stating a fact, you can share how you learned that fact through a small story. Instead of just saying, I was tired, you can say, oh man, yesterday was crazy. I was up since 4 a.m. trying to finish that project, and by lunchtime, I felt like a zombie dragging myself through molasses. See the difference? The second one is more engaging. It helps the other person feel a bit of what you felt. What makes a good story? It usually has a beginning, a middle, and an end. It has some sort of point or takeaway, even a small one. It often involves some emotion, humor, surprise, relatability. How can you get better at this? Practice telling simple stories from your life. Maybe tell a friend about something funny that happened to you today, or a challenge you faced and how you overcame it. Listen to how others tell stories. What draws you in? What makes you lose interest? Pay attention to details. The sights, the sounds, the feelings. These details make a story come alive. Don't feel pressured to be a comedian or a master orator. Just be you, sharing your experiences in a way that is genuine and allows others to connect with you on a deeper level. Storytelling builds bridges. It creates rapport. It makes you memorable. Have you ever tried sharing a short personal story instead of just stating a fact? Share your thoughts in the comments. Finally, let's talk about authentic engagement. This is perhaps the most important piece. It underpins everything else. Authentic engagement means being fully present. When you are with someone, giving them your attention, truly focusing on them. In our busy world, this is becoming increasingly rare. We're often distracted, checking our phones, thinking about the next thing we need to do. When you are authentically engaged, you make the other person feel like they are the most important person in the room. In that moment, this is incredibly powerful and incredibly charismatic. How do you do this? Put your phone away, out of sight. Make eye contact, not in a creepy, staring way, but natural, comfortable eye contact. Listen actively, nodding, using encouraging sounds, ah, interesting. Asking follow-up questions. Tell me more about that. How did you feel when that happened? Reflecting back what you heard. So, if I understand correctly, you're saying, this shows you are processing what they're saying, that you value their thoughts, that you are truly listening. Authentic engagement isn't about impressing someone or dominating the conversation. It's about connecting with them. It's about making them feel seen, heard, understood. It's about generosity, giving your attention, your presence to the other person. This creates a sense of trust, of rapport, of genuine connection. When people feel genuinely seen and heard by you, they feel good about themselves, and they associate that good feeling with you. That's charisma in action. It's not about being the most interesting person. It's about being the most interested person in others. Authentic engagement requires vulnerability too, being open to hearing what the other person has to say, even if it's different from your own views. It requires empathy, trying to understand their perspective, their feelings. It's a practice of being fully present, of putting the other person first in that interaction. It's a gift you give them. And the funny thing is, when you focus on genuinely engaging with others, you often find yourself becoming more interesting too, because you're learning, you're connecting, you're growing. Authentic engagement is the heart of building rapport, of creating meaningful connections, of being truly charismatic. Still with me? Drop a yes in the comments to let me know you're tuned in. So we've talked about tonality, using your voice to express warmth and energy. We've talked about enthusiasm, finding and showing genuine interest. We've talked about storytelling, connecting through shared narratives. And we've talked about authentic engagement, being fully present and making others feel seen. These are not huge, scary things. They are simple, human qualities that you already possess. It's just about bringing them more to the forefront, consciously, gently, at your own pace. It's not about transforming into a completely different person overnight. Please don't think of it that way. It's a journey, a series of small, intentional steps, a practice, like any skill. Some days will be easier than others. You might feel more naturally charismatic some days, and less so on others. That's okay. That's life. The key is consistency, not perfection. Just keep gently practicing, paying attention, experimenting. One simple, gentle piece of actionable advice for you today. Choose just one of these areas to focus on this week. Maybe it's noticing your tonality, or actively listening for moments of genuine interest, or trying to tell one small, simple story, or practicing putting your phone away and giving someone your full attention. Just pick one. Don't try to do everything at once. That's overwhelming. Just one small step. Focus on that one thing. Be mindful of it in your interactions. Observe, experiment, see what happens, and be kind to yourself throughout the process. This is about growth, not judgment. It's about unlocking more of the wonderful person you already are, and sharing that with the world, in a way that creates beautiful connections. Remember, charisma isn't about being the loudest person in the room, or the funniest, or the most impressive. It's about making others feel good, about making them feel valued, understood, connected. It's about warmth, genuine interest, presence. And these are qualities that deepen with age, with experience, with wisdom. So, wherever you are in your life journey, whatever your age, you have the capacity to become more charismatic, to connect more deeply with others, to make a positive impact in your interactions. It's about shining a light on the best parts of yourself and letting that light attract others. It's about being authentically you and allowing yourself to connect with the authenticity in others. It's a beautiful process, a lifelong journey of understanding yourself and others, and building richer, more meaningful relationships. So take that one small step this week. Be patient, be gentle, and trust that you are capable of growing, of connecting, of shining your light. You are already enough, and with a little gentle practice, you can become even more effective at sharing your wonderful self with the world. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this helpful, please consider subscribing to my channel. I share content here every week designed to help you live a more connected, fulfilling life. Join our community and keep shining.